Hello, everybody. Today I'm here with the final set of levels for the new update in Dr. Mario World. I've actually been recording all three of these previous videos in a row, so I'm kind of exhausted here. My voice is getting rough. But we're going into this final set here. As you can see, there is a lock down at the bottom here that you're going to want to hit as soon as you can, which will open up a lot of the colored crates around it. Bring down some reds. It'll be nice to not bring down any other colors if you can avoid it, but it won't be that big of a deal if you do. And also those floating viruses do help you out a lot in doing that. Now you've got some blues to work with, getting rid of some of the blue colored crates around this blue lock and opening that one up, which will then get rid of all the crates surrounding the blue ones, which of course will give you access to the rest of the level. Now don't forget to get rid of all of the colored crates because that is necessary to complete the level. Most of them will be cleared out as you do this stage normally, but you may have to go back for some of them. I don't think it's so much of a problem that you'd want to bring in someone like, Larry? But there are a good amount of them and it could definitely be helpful. So if you think that's a good idea, you could go for that. There are also a lot of viruses up top that are in barrels that can be kind of annoying because you're going to have to hit everything surrounding them in order to get those barrels open, but also not too big of a deal. There are a lot of floating viruses remaining as well that you'll have to work on, but like I said, there isn't too much of a problem here with anything. If you just clear the stage by hitting single viruses at a time, you'll most likely do fine anyways. Here I'm trying to hit that, or on the left side I'm going to try and hit that green crate by itself, which will then open up that red, and then you can hit those reds at the same time. I'm able to bring this red over to that spot, and then I've got some green colored crates on the side here that are kind of annoying, but if I just line up 3 green capsules, it'll get rid of 3 of those crates, and then I'll just have that one underneath that red virus that's in the barrel, which also I will need to hit at some point as well. I think I tried to either bring down some greens or just do it with another color. I honestly don't remember. Yeah, so I bring some greens down, hit that. Now that red virus is open, I can bring some reds down into there. And now I just need to hit this final green virus. Also, you can probably hear the phone ringing in the background. It'll quit in a second, I think. Anyways, we've moved on from that one. Moving on to the next one. This one's kind of interesting, just from the layout itself. There are quite a lot of blocks right there, but there is a green shell that's going to basically clear out the whole thing for you. So it's kind of fun to watch here. You can watch it open up at all of these cannons. All of that will open up. Kind of just a cool effect. Not necessary, but it's a fun and satisfying thing to do for sure. Now the remaining level, or the rest of the level, is revealed to you. Now take into account right away that you don't need to clear all the viruses. The coins are the only thing you're going for. Of course, the coins in the blocks and the purple coins that are out in the open. So that means when things get iced, it's not going to be that big of a problem. But also you do need to get into some areas, and some ice viruses might prevent you from that. But the main thing to take away is that if something gets iced, it is most likely not going to be a big deal. So don't try to avoid the fans all that much. You're definitely going to have to hit the fans at some point. So if that means hitting it while you have the colors to do so, just go for it. It's not going to hinder your experience at all. These coins on the very far left and very far right are going to be the toughest ones to get to. But again, it shouldn't be too big of a problem. And if there are viruses that have been iced that aren't near any coins or any blocks, don't even worry about them. If you need some extra points, maybe go for them. But they are not necessary to clear the level. Just try and hit everything else as soon as you can, and then you'll get a lot of points from the capsules anyways. So there are some blocks here that were not hit all the way, and you will have to bring in some extra colors to do so. As you can see, I kind of bring in some extras I don't need over the top, so I can get a single blue one out there, and then I can bring another blue one over there. Now, the way I placed that red capsule down in that corner was not ideal, so I'm going to have to get rid of that just so I can get to that green virus in the corner, which will get that final purple coin. Then I just have one more block to hit up in this corner. And after that, that's it. I had plenty of capsules and everything remaining, so that one went fine. That one was interesting just from the satisfying beginning, and then the idea of not having to actually worry about the viruses, just using them to hit the coins themselves. I do tend to enjoy those levels where you're just going for the coins. It is a nice change of pace compared to always going for the viruses. But either way, speaking about going for the viruses, here's the next level here. Right away, going for these bombs in the middle so that you can get to this green key. That's the only thing that's available to you right now. I guess it's sort of a puzzle-like level, just figuring out where you need to go and when. So now the cannons on the top have opened up, and these shells on the bottom have opened up. You're going to have to hit both of them so that these coins in between these locked red viruses will open up, and then once all those coins are out, you can finally get to the locks in the middle. So here I'm going for this red lock. That opens up. Now you've got 2 more shells and 2 more cannons to go for, and also some viruses that you can use the extra colors you don't need to hit. Eventually you need to hit them, so just go for them whenever you'd like, but also don't forget to go for the cannons and shells as well. Once you do all of that, those other 2 coins will open up behind those cages, and then you can finally able to hit that blue lock, and then the final viruses will open up to you. But all of the coins will give you access to the rest of the level, so that's kind of the idea behind this one. This one is also a fun one, I think. There is sort of a puzzle aspect to it, but also they kind of show you exactly what you need to do. So in some ways it's a puzzle, in a lot of ways it's not. But yeah, now there's kind of just some sort of strategy in trying to figure out the least amount of capsules you can use to get rid of the rest of the viruses. But you should have plenty either way. You really don't have to think all that hard to complete the rest of the level. Unfortunately, there were a lot of greens that I don't need, but you can get some extra points just by clearing out the greens themselves. So yeah, another fun one. We're getting close to the final level here. At the very end of the video, I will try to unlock Lemmy a bit more. It doesn't work out, but I'm going to continue through this doctor event, or increased doctor chance event, I guess they call it, to get it. Now this is my first try on this stage, so it is a bit embarrassing, the things that I do, because I find out a bit later what they were trying to get me to do. Basically, I'll just tell you right now, since in the time that I'm actually playing this, I wasn't able to do it correctly. But you're going to want a shell to be bubbled. The shell will fall all the way down to where that lock is, and then you hit the shell at that point, which will then hit the lock for you, and the rest of the level will start opening up. Basically, you're going to continue to spawn in shells and then bubble them. So place down capsules until a shell spawns from the flask, and then hit the bubbled viruses in the middle, which will allow you to get to the rest of the level. Now you do need to hit all the viruses at some point, so all those viruses up top that are near the bubbles, or the bubblers, are going to be super annoying, but you're going to have to do them eventually. So whenever you have the option to, I kind of do it right now, where that blue one was open, I go for that one, Now I get these reds available to me. I go for that single red in the middle there, and then I can finally go for these 2 red ones on the side. But also some shells start spawning in. Now unfortunately on that side, that shell is just going to be in the way, but also it does hit those bubble viruses in the middle, which would be helpful if I didn't immediately go and bubble them afterwards. A lot of things that I do in this video are super frustrating. If I was able to play this level again, I'd be much more smart about it. But I think the creators realized that there is some puzzle aspect involved in this one, and you're probably not going to think of it right away. So they are pretty lenient with the capsules, and also you get a lot of points, so Wario will help you out in that regard as well. So now I've got some shells falling here. I can hit this one shell. Oh, never mind, it's going to get bubbled and I have to hit it again. See, that's kind of the frustrating thing about this level sometimes. But now I've opened that up. I need to hit that lock one more time and everything will be unlocked. There are also 5 blocks that you need to hit. This one block will be hit when I bring down some reds to hit that shell. And then the 5 remaining blocks are up top and they're all in bubbles. So you're going to have to hit them a few times. But now at this point, if you've gotten rid of all of the things that are near the bubblers up top, you never need to bring anything near them ever again. So you're not really in fear of getting anything bubbled anymore. But there are a lot of bubble things towards the bottom that you're going to have to hit. So as you can see here, I'm kind of trying to figure out the best way to hit everything. I know that I need to get up top to these kind of awkward line of viruses here. And when you hit these viruses up top, you're most likely going to hit the blocks above them anyways. So the 4 remaining blocks that you need to hit probably won't be a big deal. But you can do this if you'd like. And also there are chances for shells to spawn in to hit those blocks for you anyways. So you can use that to your advantage as well. But keep in mind, if you hit that blue shell that I'm going to hit there, that the bubbler will activate and bubble some things. So there's a risk and reward sort of aspect to it. Like it happened to go there. But now I just have these final red ones to hit. So as long as they give me enough reds to hit the remaining viruses, I had plenty of points and it went fine. So like I said, there were a lot of mistakes on my end, but the level is pretty lenient with you, and if you are able to kind of finish the rest of the level how they intend it, you should do fine. If you're having a hard time figuring out what to do, again, you want the shells to spawn, and then you want them to be bubbled so that you can hit the locks on the bottom. Now this one is a scrolling stage, so there's a lot going on. Basically right away you're hitting all these bombs, of course, which will allow you to get to these coins. In the middle, you can hit that shell, which will get rid of the coins and the blocks on that line. And then some extra coins will be unlocked in the cages underneath them. So you're kind of working your way down through the stage as you normally would through a scrolling stage. Now here the coins kind of get in your way, and you're most likely going to have to kind of clear them out manually to get into the middle so you can hit these bombs here, because the keys are covering up an easy way to get to the bombs. But if you go towards the bottom here, you can see I can hit these blues, then I can hit the red and greens. Unfortunately that green got covered up by a key, so that side's not going to work. But the other side went a lot more smoothly. Everything is opened up on that side. I just need to hit those 2 blue viruses a couple more times. And then I can get rid of this green one, or actually no, I can just bring some blues into the middle and get rid of all those viruses on the side. And then just a single green capsule will get rid of those final 2 viruses. Now again, we want to hit the shell, all those coins are hit, and then it's kind of the same thing, except for the very top line is covered, so you don't have to worry about the keys falling at all, because it's actually impossible for them to do so. Until you hit both of the bombs, all those keys are opened up, or sorry, all those coins are opened up, and then you can kind of go about it however you'd like. You will have to get rid of all those coins as quickly as you can so that you don't get a game over. All the keys will start falling again, and then the final section of the level is here, because you can see those doors are down there now. So there's one more shell to hit, which will get all the blocks and coins in that row, and then the remainder of the level is just hitting these viruses, and this is the easiest part of the level by far. Just bringing stuff down, and compared to final stages for the other worlds, this one was really easy. Like when I played, I was like, wait a second, that was level 720? That was super easy. Anyways, that one went really well. We've cleared it now. We get to see what the world is like without all the virus goop on it. So everything opens up after we get this ticket, of course. So I collect those remaining coins. Yeah, it looks nice. I like the other section, but oh, never mind. There is a sushi shark back there as well. So never mind. They both have that section. But yeah, now we're moving on to the final stage, which is the special stage. And I tried bringing Wario, and he didn't seem like the best option. But Dr. Dolphin was who they suggested, and he seemed to work out pretty good. I think Bowser Jr. would also work. But Dr. Dolphin's skill works quicker, and you're not going to have a lot of things bubbled that you need to get rid of at once. So in some ways, Dr. Dolphin is the best way to do it. It is interesting that he's the reward as well as one of the best characters to use for it. Anyways, right away, again, you don't need to hit all of the viruses, just the coins that are behind some of the viruses. Keep that in mind. It would be actually impossible to get rid of all of the viruses in this stage. You're only going for the coins behind some of them. So a strategy that you can do for the majority of the stage until the very end of it is to open up all of the barrels and then allow the bubblers to bubble the viruses that are covering a coin, because when a virus covering a coin is bubbled, it will actually give you the coin, which means you don't have to clear out the virus at all. And sometimes you can hit the viruses by yourself, and that works out as well. But if you allow the bubblers to do the work for you, that works too. So there are multiple ways to do it. You're not always going to be able to clear things out, however, so you're going to want to do it that way. Now, in some ways you might get lucky towards the end, in other ways you might be skillful, but basically at the end, you need to hit their viruses and barrels that you need to hit, as well as hit them again to get the coins behind them. And they're on the very bottom, which means if they get bubbled, you're just going to have to hit them one extra time. Where in some ways, if they do get bubbled, that's how Dr. Dolphin comes into play. And if you're able to do that well, the stage is going to go great for you. There I was able to, or like as you can see, there aren't any bubbled viruses in between many of the barreled viruses, which is what you're going to want to do for sure, because if there's nothing in between, then there's nothing getting in the way, and you can hit them a lot easier. So here, I need to get rid of either the pink or the yellow, because they're out in the open right now. So I bring down some yellows and open that up, and also get that blue one out of the way really quickly as well. Now I need to get rid of this pink one while it's still open, because those other yellow ones are still bubbled, so they won't be a problem. And I'm also able to unbubble the one that has a coin behind it, so it actually takes less capsules to do so. And then I have this final barreled virus just hanging out in the middle for some reason that I need to go back to. But yeah, this run was the best one I had by far. Some I guess I cut it kind of close, but I had a lot of problems at the bottom of the stage. So if you're able to get a good run and able to clear out the bottom of the stage easily, or even like if you get all pinks on the bottom, they're going to be super easy to clear with each other. So there is some luck involved. And also, just making sure when you're getting to that final level, or that final part of the level, that that bottom is open so that you can get to them really easily. If it's all cluttered down there, it's going to be really hard for you to get to it. Anyways, I could definitely see you having some trouble with that one. That one took me probably 5 tries, I'd say. And I'd suggest bringing in someone who can work with the bubbles. Otherwise, if you don't have them, go full Wari if you can. No one else is really going to help you out. Maybe like Kamek would do something well for you. Honestly, I don't know. But we're done. We have some openings here, but I don't get anything out of them. Fun fact, I did a few more openings after this and got 2 Dr. Marios in a row, which is just so frustrating that they're just giving me so many Dr. Marios after one another. And I am going to get another Dr. Mario here at the end of this opening. But I'll take the time now to say thank you for watching all the videos today. I'll see you with the next update and Skill Summit. Goodbye.